What's up, guys? It's me, Justin. Don't worry about my hair. I know it's messed up. Today I am going to go over basically things that could mess up your vocal recordings. So, I'm going to go ahead and tackle the biggest one, and that is basically feedback in your microphone. Now, what is feedback? This is basically feedback right here. When you talk and hear that ringing noise, and you hear this bad sound right here. No. So, what is that noise? Why does it occur, and how to stop it? This noise is called feedback. It's basically when the sound of the speaker is going into the microphone and basically looping over and over and over and over again. That's called feedback. So, how do we fix this? Simply turn your speakers off. When you're recording, you have headphones on, and you don't need to use your speakers. For most of you guys out there, I know me, I'm in a home, and my speakers are right there, right near my mic, basically. Turn that off. You don't need it. You're the only person here, basically, and if they want to hear, then tell them to put on headphones too. The second thing that could cause interference while recording vocals, it's along the lines of feedback, but it's actually called bleeding. Now, what happens with bleeding is that when you have your headphones on and you record, if your headphone volume is very loud, it will catch into the microphone. Why do we not want this? Because you're trying to get the best vocal take, not vocal and headphone take. Unless you're trying to do that. But for the most part, your vocals will have the beat in there. So let me give you an example. I am recording the mic. You don't even know about my hype. My name is Omoi, and I'm rhyming for the fun. And I'm doing a video right now, so I have begun. I'm doing all this rhymes. I do it every time. I wear the Old Navy like this shit is out of line. But I don't even care. Just listen to the bleed. Listen to the bleed that goes up in this microphone. Yo. Word to your mama. Yeah. Word to your mama. Although it was a little faint, but you could still hear the beat inside of the vocal itself. We don't want that, because if we have that, that's going to end up being in the vocal take, and it will be hard to clean, as well as if you change up something in the song, if you want to remove something, that sound will still be in your vocals. Another thing is going to add into the beat already. So if you lower down your beat, as long as you have that vocal at that same volume, the beat is still going to be, a little bit raised up. It's going to mess with your ear a little bit and, stuff like that. And another reason, if you try to move your vocals, if you were performing a little bit off and you wanted to shift it a little bit, that's something too. When you move it, the beat in the vocals will stay on there as well. So not only do you have your vocals with beats in it, your beat is going to be offbeat, so you'll hear, like, say a kick and then your vocal, and then you, like, got another kick here that's in your vocal. So it'll be like, boom, yo, boom. And it's like, I didn't want that in my stuff. How to fix this error? Lower your headphones or lower the microphone input gain. If the microphone input gain is at a good level, then lower down your headphones. Another thing you could do, instead of lowering down your headphones, is to low down the volume of the beat itself. That is called bleeding. When you're recording and the headphones bleeds out into the microphone, that's why. Okay, 2 more to go, or actually 3 more to go. Number 3. Along with having the headphones loud and the feedback, another thing is that the microphone could capture noise. Noise is basically unwanted sounds that's in the microphone that you're not intentionally recording. So what could cause noise? The biggest thing is fan. The fan that you have in your room. I don't know if you can hear it, but right now the fan is on. It's spinning and it's making noise, and the microphone is capturing that. Lights as well. Some lights have this sound to it. So here's an example. I have this light right here. I don't have the mic on record, so I don't know why I did that. But basically, the light bulbs will make a sound too. Lastly, if you got, noisy neighbors and stuff like that, if your window's open, that's another reason as well. It could also be because the input gain is either too high or too low. My guess is too low, and then you raise up your vocals and the noise will also amplify with it. It's okay if you have a little bit of noise because that could be deduced. It could be cleaned out basically. Because it's a repeating pattern that can be traced out by inverting its own waveform, so to say. So, how do we stop this? If your microphone is too low, go ahead and raise it up. That way the noise will stay the same and your vocals will be greater. It will be louder. Because you're the one talking into the mic with different kind of, volumes. But that thing is staying the same. Another thing, turn off your lights. Close your window. If it's too noisy, just shove a sheet over your blind, over your window, just to cancel out that extra noise. If you got parents that won't shut up, kids that won't shut up,
don't keep their mouth.
Just tell them, hey, be quiet a little bit. I mean, that is not really going to matter, even though they're noisy and stuff like that. Just put a towel under your door, or just a sheet or a pillow. It will reduce the noise at least. Another source is the actual computer's fan. So be wary of that as well. What was the other two? Oh yeah. Bumping into the microphone is another bad thing. What happens when you bump it is that it goes doom, doom, doom. Let me go ahead and record that real quick. As you've seen just now, I was bumping into it and it made this noise. I was actually touching the wire for the microphone, and what happens is it wiggles the microphone. So even the little slightest touch even the slightest little touch will make it do a little bad noise. So let's say, oh, I'm recording, I'm doing this thing, I'm extorting. Oops, I hit it. Oh man, I'm recording and I headbutt it because I'm a Pokemon that knows the word headbutt to learn the move. Anyways, you do not want that in your recording. Again, just like it's feedback or bleeding or noise itself, that's also going to interfere with your vocals because you don't want that big old bass sound in there. So how do we stop this problem? Simply don't touch the microphone. Don't swing yourself like it's a jungle gym or something, monkey bars. Another way, if you just don't touch it but you accidentally did and you had such a good recording, you could always just cut off the low end of your vocals, because our low end does not really go to where the doom sound is most of the time. So just go ahead and cut the frequencies from, I'd say, around 80 or so, for what I remember. 80, maybe even 120, I'm not too sure. But yeah, cutting the low end, of course, is the boom, the bass side. Of course, we got the bass, but we're not using that. If you do, then don't touch the microphone at all. Don't touch the wires. Don't even think about touching it. Last but not least, the fifth reason why your vocals could get messed up: having a device near it or near the wire itself that could mess up the interference. It basically interferes with the recording, and you hear a sound. That's going to really mess with your vocals. Not only will it be in your vocals, but this is not your average boom bass sound. This is more in the mid and high levels where your vocals are. So how do we solve this problem? Do not have your devices near it. If you do use your phone, go ahead and put it in the sky and use your eyes to look all the way up, but keep your face in the same spot. Another way is to get a cable that does have a balance to it. Basically, it will say balanced wire. What that does is reduces that noise. It just cuts it off from happening. Along with the cable wire, you don't want to have it looping over itself when you're recording. If it's unbalanced, basically. But I think balanced as well. I wouldn't risk it. So do not have your microphone don't have it tweeted up like this, because if you do, then the waves that basically goes into the microphone will kind of mess with each other as it goes, just like how magnets are. Because what you are essentially doing in the microphone is talking to something that goes back and forth. So make sure your cable is not overlapping, it's not touching other cables, especially electric cables, things like that, as well as keep your device away from it. Away from the microphone, away from the wires, and so on. Alright guys, that is basically the 5 main reasons why your vocals could mess up. Alright guys, like, fav, subscribe, let me know what you think. Follow me on Twitter at OMOI1993. Share it to your friends, that way they could understand why their vocals suck along with their own stuff, their own music. And yeah, I gotta shower and I gotta go to college, so peace.